All right, I know what everyone wants to talk about, and I'm gonna just get straight into the last play of the game. Listen, we're not here to point fingers, we're not here to play the blame game, but listen, accountability has to fall somewhere, and most of it tonight is gonna fall on Stephanie White, and it's gonna fall on Natasha Howard as well. Now, listen, all right, we're gonna get into everything, but right here, let's just break down this final play. Let's just get straight into it because I don't even know if I'm gonna do a breakdown on this game. So let's get it out the way while we got it now. Caitlin Clark on the inbound. If you remember last year, Christy Sides ran a terrible play to have Aaliyah Boston take a corner game-winning shot on the left corner. Right here, you have Caitlin Clark inbounding it with 9 seconds. And Stephanie White draws up a play as if there's 0.2 seconds left on the clock, and we have to get a lob layup up. So Caitlin Clark is inbounding it. You see screens being set, and Caitlin lob passes it to Natasha Howard, which is a crazy pass considering she's not on a mismatch. She has a tall defender on her who can just jump. If the defender turned around and looked at the ball, she would have had a clean interception. But she doesn't anyways. Now Natasha Howard catches it. So at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. Natasha Howard is catching it on the block, waiting for maybe Lexi to, I don't know, Lexi and Kelsey to set a double stagger screen on Caitlin. She curls around it, catch a left wing, catch and shoot 3 maybe. I don't know. You might want to do that for the best player to ever touch a basketball, maybe, you know. But let's say, all right, no, Natasha Howard takes up post layups and gets stuffed. Like, if this isn't an Alyssa 2.0 example right here, now I'm not saying Natasha Howard is not talented like Alyssa Smith, but I'm saying this is an Alyssa Smith IQ kind of shot right here. Late game, you're having a terrible game, and you go and try to save the game and play superhero mode when you have so much offensive firepower alongside with you and Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston, who are all 3 having a monster performance in the game, right? So Natasha Howard, all right, cool. She gets it back. 6 seconds on the clock. I'm like, okay, it didn't work the first time. It didn't work this whole game. Maybe with the game on the line, you will listen to the basketball guys and say, hey, listen, girl, it ain't your night. You will get it to the girls who's having their night, right? Maybe C22. No. You know what Natasha Howard proceeds to do? Take a fadeaway mid-range shot and stinks it again. And then the Fever, with 3 seconds on the clock, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, or Alexi's being boxed out, but Natasha doesn't even attempt to foul, doesn't even attempt to chase the ball. She's just sulking in the bad performance she's had all night and just seeing her light flash before her eyes because she know the Fever fans are going to say something about her performance. Now listen, nobody tries. Caitlin is the only one in Kelsey that tried to foul, and it was too late. Now this is something we got to address. I'll probably address it in a breakdown or something, but listen. Let's talk about it, all right? The second game straight, we started out flat, allowing the other team to go on unstoppable runs. Well, stoppable runs, but it was unstoppable because we can't stop ourselves. It's not like we can't stop the other team. We're just in our own way. Let's talk about the first and third quarters real quick. Pay attention to your screen. Tell me, what do you see? Atlanta Dream in the first quarter, 31 points to the Indiana Fever's 23 points. I'm starting to learn that the Indiana Fever are a momentum team. They play off of momentum. You blow the whistles, it kills their rhythm. They don't like that. And then let's talk about the referees as well, okay? The officiating in this game has been so terrible, forcing Stephanie White to waste both her challenges in the first half to the point where there are calls that we could have challenged, but we didn't challenge because we didn't have no challenges. Like, it's so much to talk about. And then after hitting 2 threes in the fourth quarter, Caitlin gets the crowd into it. And then, you know what I'm saying, they go on a momentum run, and it just, like, it's not there. Like, Caitlin Clark tried to will her team into it, and it just wasn't there outside of Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, you know? And Lexi Hall, of course, who had an amazing game, and Brianna Turner as well, who both players will not show up on the box score, but their impact was definitely felt on the eye test, all right? It's nearly impossible to win a game when you miss this many free throws. How many free throws did they miss? They shot 10 for 26 on the free throw line. 10 for 26. This is not updated, but it was 10 for they missed 10 shots. So they shot 16 for 26 from the free throw line. Here we go. 16 for 26 on the free throw line. This is what I'm talking about. The Indiana Fever missed 10 free throws. Natasha Howard missing 0 for 4 from the free throw line, and I'm pretty sure all 4 came in the fourth quarter. That was insane. Natasha Howard has to improve there. Just gotta lock them in the gym. Like I was just talking to somebody. You just gotta lock them in the gym and just make them shoot free throws for the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what do you do when you're like a starter is 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the clutch? Anyways, let's get to some awards. Let's speak on let's highlight the good so far. Okay, so Caitlin Clark has become the only woman to have this many games with 20 points and 10 assists of all time. By the way, all time. All right, so it just came out. Stephanie White quote. She said, initially we tried to get the ball to AB, but she was being chucked. We probably should have called timeout in that situation. Let's look at that clip one more time and see what was Aaliyah doing. Aaliyah Boston is literally by herself, right? Kelsey Mitchell comes to set a screen on her. Aaliyah Boston runs, goes to the left corner. We don't know what's the play over here. Let's say Aaliyah does catch it over here on the short corner or the deep corner. What play are you running with 9 seconds to get Caitlin the ball? If you're catching it on the side Caitlin is on, it's better to throw it on the opposite side and have Caitlin have a stagger screen or something. But you're on the same side as Caitlin. What you gonna do? A DHO so she could drive? Like, what are you gonna run right here? This is what I'm confused about. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a lob to Natasha Howard as a plan B, not even having Kelsey Mitchell come in. Like, this is what I'm saying. The secondary actions that we saw in the last game, we didn't even see right here in this final possession and a lot of times in this game. You got to have a backup for your backup. You can't just rely on Aaliyah Boston because guess what? If Caitlin's inbounding, I'm pretty sure the coach is saying take Aaliyah or Kelsey away. Like, I'm lost right now. Like, you gotta take advantage. You gotta capitalize when you have Caitlin Clark playing in God mode like this. Once again, in the fourth quarter, when you're down 10 and you need your superstar to give them the ball and take us home. Them take us home players are Caitlin Clark type, right? Now, listen, she gets the ball in transition. Well, this is not even transition, but this is off the inbound. She makes it seem like transition. Step backs for 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then again, one more time right after this. Right after this, you get Caitlin Clark doing this.
Amazing.
Aaliyah, one screen, Caitlin gets it from South Uganda, she launches it. Oh my goodness, like, you cannot mess up these kind of performances. Like, she's doing everything she can. Somebody gotta come help besides the core. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need a role player to step up. Sophie's injured. DeWanna's on the bench because she's getting played out the rotation right now. Oh my goodness, I got a hot take. I hope you guys are ready for it. I don't know if I'm gonna get some hate for this, but it's time I say it. I think Lexie Hull should be slotted into the starting spot to fill that DeWanna Bonner void. I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is. It could be game 2. Who knows what it is? But right now, we know Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark is connected. We know Lexie Hull is connected with the core. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. Lexie Hull needs to be in a rotation more. She played more minutes than them. Look how much minutes she played. We got Lexie Hull playing 29 minutes and DeWanna Bonner playing 16 and Natasha Howard playing 29 as well. Lexie Hull and Natasha Howard is playing, like, Lexie Hull played more minutes than one starter and matched the minutes of the second starter. And guess what? They all play the same position at the forward. So it's about time you slot Lexie Hull in that starter position. Guess what? Lexie Hull, not only that, she was a plus high team plus 14. All right. Now listen, I'm not big on that plus minus stuff. Y'all know I don't really like the plus minus stat, but I gotta admit that Lexie Hull impact is definitely reflected on that plus minus side. And the reason why I hate it so much is because Natasha Howard. This is a prime example. She was a +7 and with that horrific game she had, okay? Now, I'm not cracking on Natasha Howard or nothing. This is just for this game, you know what I'm saying? She got to be better, especially DeWanna Bonner as well. 2 starters producing nothing, you know, is not it. And Natasha Howard, her impact on the defensive end wasn't being felt as well. Brittany Griner's practically taking practice shots over her. Now, we know Brittany Griner's big, but she's not challenging her at all. And she challenged her one time in the fourth quarter and got rewarded for it. Like, she was just putting her hands up instead of actually jumping for the ball, trying to bother it. And Lexie Hull was doing everything, crashing the glass, doing everything. Brianna Turner with deflection. Kelsey Mitchell with deflections as well, leading to steals. I don't know why. Oh, she does have a steal. Maybe that was the second half she got the steal in. But she does have a steal in the first half as well. But listen, let's hand out some awards, you know what I'm saying, in that disgusting game we had. Let's start off. What do we start off with? All right. We're going to start off with the Fever checklist. 75 field goal attempts. The Fever only attempted 68 field goal attempts, okay? So that was already a bad test. Like, 9 times out of 10, if we don't check off at least 2 to 3 on this checklist, our chances of winning this game is not well, okay? So we didn't attempt 75 field goals. We only attempted 68. We didn't have 25 team assists. We only had 18, which is another place the ball shows the ball's not moving as much. We're trying to isolate too much. You see Natasha Howard taking those fadeaway mid-ranges. Like, those kind of shots are not sustainable. We need to get in actions. We need to have plays and secondary plays being ran. Under 13 turnovers, didn't get checked as well. We had 14 turnovers as a team, and we gave up 20 points off turnovers as well to the Atlanta Dream. It's hard to win games like that. We have 3 more turnovers than the Atlanta Dream. It's hard to win games like that as well. We were down 14. Our biggest lead was only 2. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the pattern, you know? Our fast break points as well. Let's go to fast break points. 15 fast break points. I don't even know why that's checked. That should not even be checked because we only had 14 fast break points. So that's 4 places right there. It's 4 items that we didn't even get to check off the checklist, all right? And big 3 combining for 60 points, which is Kelsey, Caitlin Clark, and Aaliyah Boston. At least that part got checked. So we literally went 1 for 5, and I just added that last one recently too. So we literally went 1 for 5 on our checklist. We're not winning no games like that, I'm gonna be honest. Even though we only lost by 1, that's the bright side. Despite the ugly game we had, we only lost by 1 point. Of course, our stars try to will us to it, but it is what it is, you know. Let's move on the checklist. What else we got? Caitlin Clark for the MVP. C22. You know, C22 with another double-double, 27 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds with 5 3-pointers made to go with that. Caitlin Clark was all over the floor. She was doing everything on both ends as well. Caitlin Clark picked up a steal. You know what I'm saying? Let's hand out the next award while we at it. We got Aaliyah Boston.
Bow, bow, bow.
Aaliyah was 24 points. 10 rebounds, a monster performance, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Shout out to Aaliyah Boston for doing her thing as well. Role players didn't really come to show today besides Lexi Hall. You know, Sydney Colson only had 5 minutes as well. Damaris Dantas 2 minutes. Like, Stephanie White is quick to pull a plug if it's not working, which she did with Bonner. I can respect that part about Stephanie White. She recognizes the human element. She's not going to ride a hand just because the name, like she would when Alyssa Smith. She doesn't play favoritism, although she does have to improve as well in her closing, because that last play was horrific. You have to have a secondary action when you know your stars might get denied the ball. Have Lexi Hall come get it or something, not a lob pass like you trying to run a valley oop on the Phoenix Suns. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Aaliyah 24 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, did her thing as well. Then you got Kelsey Mitchell. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. 24 points, 2 3-pointers made, 10 assists. Our big 3 combined for 75 points. 75 points. Shout out to the girls, man. And now let's move on to the last one, X Factor. Shout out to the referees. The officiating was horrendous. So this is why we're giving the X Factor to the referees. The referees were the fever factor tonight, okay? They did better than anyone on either team. They outshined everyone, giving the Atlanta Dream. How much free throws did the Dream take? 32 free throws for the Atlanta Dream. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? Yeah, in 140-minute game, 32 free throws is crazy work. But listen, man, I'm gonna see you on the next one. It's a lot to talk about. I don't know if I'm gonna do a film breakdown on this because I gotta be with my family tomorrow, and we lost, so it's like it's hard to flush this one down. It's game 2 though. We got a lot more to talk about. But listen, man, don't read into this one too much. I know I said a lot in this video, but at the end of the day, I gotta give at the end of the video, I gotta give a disclaimer that this is only game 2. We're gonna get upsetted a couple times this year. This is maybe a humbling experience that we needed, so we don't get too big-headed thinking we're unstoppable, because we gotta face the Liberty real soon. We see the Atlanta Dream in 48 hours, so that's the positive. We get to get our lick back ASAP, you know. And I'm gonna see you on the next one. Smash the like button despite the loss, because it helps me. Smash the sub button, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. It's your boy Venom. We out of here, baby.